In this lesson, we will be learning about the order of operations, which is the sequence to follow when performing operations in a mathematical expression. So the first thing we will always do is perform any operations that are within grouping symbols. Commonly, grouping symbols mean parentheses, but they can also be brackets, which function just like parentheses. And sometimes you might have expressions grouped in other ways, like if you have a set of absolute value lines with stuff to do inside it, that would be a way that your expression is grouped and you would do the stuff inside first. Even like a square root can group things, or a fraction. In a fraction, you have to do what's on the top and what's on the bottom separately. They're kind of grouped, and then at the end, you would divide. So it's not just parentheses. Then after you do anything that's grouped, you're going to do exponents, which are those small little raised numbers in your expression. After exponents come multiplication and division. And you do them in the order in which they occur, working from left to right. So multiplication and division are on the same level. You might divide before you multiply if it comes first. You do whichever one comes first. And then addition and subtraction are also on the same level, where you do them in the order in which they occur, working from left to right. Here are some examples. In this first one, I have subtraction, division, and multiplication. The division and multiplication need to go before subtraction, and I do whichever one comes first, which is the division. So 8 divided by 4 is my first move. I'm going to bring down the 2 and the subtraction sign. 8 divided by 4 is 2. I bring down the times 3. And notice I rewrote everything in a nice, neat line on my next line before I go on. So now, between subtraction and multiplication, I multiply. 2 times 3 is 6. I get 2 minus 6, and that is negative 4. In the next one, I do have grouping symbols, which in this case are parentheses. So I do what's inside parentheses first. 3 minus 9 is negative 6, which I'm going to keep in parentheses, and that's going to get squared. Minus 24 divided by 2 squared. I'm just copying the rest. Now I'm going to do my exponents, and I have exponents here and here, so those are going to be my next moves. Now be careful when we square negatives. If you have parentheses around your negative number before you square it, the answer will be positive, and that's because this represents negative 6 times itself, and a negative times a negative is a positive. If you had negative 6 without parentheses squared, that would be something different. This is like negative 1 times 6 squared. And in this case, we would have to do our exponent first, and 6 squared is 36. Then we'd multiply by negative 1, and we would get negative 36. So it's really important to keep parentheses when you have them or when you need them, and to remember if you don't have parentheses that it works differently. Okay, so negative 6 to the second power is positive 36. And I'm going to bring down the minus 24 divided by, and then I'm going to do that other exponent. 2 squared is 4. I bring down the rest, times 3 plus 1. Now I'm going to do my multiplication and division, which happen in this section. And I'm going to go left to right, whatever comes first. The first part is the 24 divided by 4. So 36 minus 24 divided by 4 is 6. Times 3, I bring down times 3 plus 1. Now I do my multiplication, and I bring down the 36 and the minus. 6 times 3 is 18, bring down plus 1. And now I have addition and subtraction, and I go from left to right. What comes first is the subtraction. 36 minus 18 is 18. Then I add 1, and I get 19. In this next example, we have to evaluate a function. We are plugging -3 in for x. So f of -3 means we replace these x's with -3. So we get 2. I'm going to use parentheses when I plug in that -3 before I square it. Minus 3 times, again, in parentheses, -3 plus 5. And now I need to use the order of operations to evaluate this. I don't have any, well, I do have parentheses, but there's nothing to do inside them. So my next step is the exponents. I have an exponent right here. So I'm going to do -3 squared, which is positive 9. So that's 2 times 9 minus 3 times -3 plus 5. And now I need to do my multiplication, which is here and here. 2 times 9 is 18. The minus 3 times -3 is a negative times a negative, so that's going to become plus 9. And I bring down plus 5. And now I'm just going to add from left to right. 18 plus 9 is 27, plus 5 is 32. In this next example, we have a giant fraction, and we need to completely simplify the top and then completely simplify the bottom separately, and at the end we will divide because a fraction is division. It's sort of like the top is in parentheses and the bottom is in parentheses. The fraction kind of groups the top and the bottom. So I'm going to simplify the top first, and I'm going to start with that absolute value. So we've got 25 divided by 5. I'm just going to copy those down, and I'm going to do what's inside the absolute value because that absolute value is acting like parentheses. There's stuff to do inside there. So I'm going to do 2 minus 3, and that's -1. So I get the absolute value of -1. And I'm going to keep going on the top and just finish simplifying that before I move to the bottom. Now I'm going to take the absolute value of -1. When we take the absolute value of a negative number, it changes to a positive number. The absolute value of a positive just stays positive. But since we have a negative, that's going to change to +1. So I'm going to change those absolute value lines to parentheses with a +1 inside to indicate that I've taken the absolute value of that number. And then on the top, I'm going to keep going. 25 divided by 5 times 1. Left to right, 25 divided by 5 is 5, and 5 times 1 is just 5. So I get 5 on the top. And now I'm going to work on the bottom. And I'm going to start with 3 squared. That, well, inside parentheses is first, and I have an exponent inside parentheses. So that 3 squared part is going to be my first move. And so I'm going to copy the 2 and the minus and the parenthesis. 3 squared is 9. So we get 9 minus 2. Now I'm going to do what's inside the parentheses, the 9 minus 2. And I get 2 minus, well, 9 minus 2 is 7. So I don't really need those parentheses anymore. It's just 2 minus 7. And now 2 minus 7 is -5. And now that I've completely simplified the top and completely simplified the bottom, my last step is to divide 5 divided by -5, which is -1.